In this video, we're going to talk about geometric sequences. In another video, we talked about arithmetic sequences. An arithmetic sequence, let me just show you. Okay, an arithmetic sequence looks like this. From there to there is plus 2. From there to there is plus 2. From there to there is plus 2. So we're adding. So for arithmetic, we add. Or we could go like this. Good. All right, 8, 4, 0. We could go like this. Negative 4. Negative 4. We could go negative 4. Negative 4. So we're subtracting. But in any case, with arithmetic, we're adding or subtracting numbers. That's with the arithmetic sequence. But that's not what we're doing right now. With geometric, we're talking about ratios. When I talk about a ratio, I'm talking about multiplying or dividing. You know, backwards or forwards. Multiplying or dividing. So, for example, here's a sequence. And of course, they don't tell you what it is. You have to figure it out. 120, 60, 30, 15, and so forth. Well, it's not arithmetic. You might start off thinking, oh, it's minus 60, but then 60 minus 60 is 0, so it's not arithmetic at all. But you have to find out, is it geometric? Because it might not be. So then you can say it's neither one. But how do I get from 120 to 60? Don't I multiply it by 1/2? How do I get from 60 to 30? Don't I multiply 60 times 1/2? Half of 60 is 30, isn't it? What's half of 30? It's 15. So my common ratio is 1/2. I say that my common ratio is 1/2. How about this? 2, 6, 11, 17. How did I get from 2 to 6? Well, I could say I went plus 4. How do I get from 6 to 11? Plus 5. How do I get from 11 to 17? Plus 6. Well, it's not geometric. And by the way, it's not arithmetic either. So here's one that's neither. Okay, that's neither. How about this one? What if I go 3, 9, 27, 81? All right, how do I get from 3 to 9? I multiply it by 3. How do I get from that to that? 9 to 27, I multiply it by 3. 27, how do I do that? If you don't know, use the calculator. But again, I'm multiplying it by 3. So my common ratio is 3. By the way, which one is my first term on this? The first term is 3. We call that A. The first term is 3. The ratio here happens to be 3. That's accidental. Okay, so we're going to actually go right into the equation that we use. And this is note time for you all. Write this down. Copy it down. A sub n equals A to the 1, sub 1, excuse me, times the common ratio, all to the n minus 1. All right, now here's what you need to write down. You need to write down A to the 1 is the first term of the sequence that you see. The first term of the sequence, okay? R is the common ratio, and N is the term that you are trying to finding. You know, if they say to you, they might say something like this: 3, 6, 12, 24, find the 35th term. Find the 35th term of this sequence. Well, do you really want to multiply this out? I mean, it's like ridiculous. So, as a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and do this right now. We're going to use this equation. We're going to try to find that term. Do I have room? Let's see, where do I have room? I don't know. Let's see if I can find some room over here. All right, so I'm going to say a to the 35th. I want to find the 35th term. Can you see that? No. All right, a to the 35th equals a to the 1. Well, what's a to the 1? It's 3, isn't it? 3 times the common ratio. Well, what's the common ratio, by the way? How do I get from 3 to 6? I multiply by 2. How do I get from 6 to 12? Times 2. 12 to 24 times 2. All right, so the ratio is 2. Now, what's N? The term that I'm trying to find. Well, what am I trying to find? I'm trying to find the 35th term. 35 minus 1. All right, so A, the 35th term, A sub 35 equals, now, 3 times 2 to the 34th power. Ooh, oh, this is going to be a big number. All right, so take your calculator and go 2 caret 34 equals what? You know what? I shouldn't have chosen this. It's a huge number. It's going right off the calculator. Guys, do you care if I change it real quick? Let's call it a to the 15th. A to the 15th. I so apologize. So it's going to be a to 2 to the 14th. 2 to the 14th power equals 1, 6, 1, 6, 3, 8, 4 times 3 equals 4, 9, 1, 5, 2. So the 14th term, the 15th term of this, the 15, a sub 15 equals this huge number that you'd never want to play games with, doing it by hand. All right, now let's do one that's a little more, up our alley. Make sure you have this in your notes. Okay. Let's say we have a 2, 12. Okay, here's our sequence. 2, 12, 72. What's the next one? 432. And we want to find a sub 10. In other words, we want to find the 10th term. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 terms already. We want to find to the 10th term. All right, so we're going to just plug and chug. A sub 10 equals, well, what's my first term? 2. Times, I'm putting in parentheses, what is the common ratio? How did I get from 2 to 12? I multiplied by 6. Hey, this is something you need to do to begin with. You don't do it. I know that it's geometric, but you don't know that until you start. So this was times 6. This is also times 6. If you don't know that that's times 6, do it in the calculator, but it is times 6. So my common ratio is 6. What's n? 10. 10 minus 1. All right. Now, in your calculator, a sub 10 equals 2 times, what is 6 to the 9th power? 6 caret 9 equals. It's a great big huge number again. 1,007,796. Now multiply that times 2 equals. So a sub 10 equals this huge number, 20155,392. The 10th term of that sequence will be that huge number. All right? That's how you do geometric sequences. I suppose we should have done one that goes down. You know what? Let's do one real quick. How about if I say, let's see, 40, 20, 10, 5. How do I get from 40 to 20? Don't I take half of it? How do I get from 20 to 10? Don't I take half? And so our common ratio is 1/2. All right. What if I want to find the let's say I want to find the 7th term. The 7th term. So a sub 7 equals a to the 1, which is 40, times the rate, which is 1/2, to the what? 7 minus 1. Isn't that just 6? All right. So if I go like this, and by the way, isn't 1/2 0.5? It's easier to go like this. So 0.5 to the 6th power in my calculator, 0.5 all the way up to the 6th power equals 0.0156. So 40 times 0.015625. Now multiply that times 40, and what do you have? A to the 7th power equals 0.625. So you went down a lot. You went from 40 all the way down to less than 1. You see that? Because we multiplied it by, 1/2. Geometric sequence, common ratio. Make sure you have this written in your books. Make sure you understand it.